Here is everything you need to know about the Lincoln Square housing market going into the month of July 2022 in roughly 5 minutes or less, according to me, Jake Lyons, realtor with At Properties right here in Chicago. So the average, or actually the median sales price across all single family homes, so that's houses, which there are quite a few houses in Lincoln Square, townhouses and condos. In June, the most recent data we have, June of 2022, was $456,000, which was up 21% month over month from May, when it was at $377,500, and up 31% year over year from last June, when it was at $347,500. So those are pretty crazy numbers. Crazy appreciation numbers there. I am kind of calling shenanigans on it just a little bit. I'm guessing mostly what it has to do with is there were probably just more houses sold this month than in May or even June of last year, which, even though we're talking median, is still going to throw things off a little bit and make things look a little bit higher if there are just a lot more houses in the mix, because houses sell for a lot more. You know, average house, I don't know off the top of my head, but the average house is probably $1 million plus, where everything else, condos and whatnot, are probably like 300. So if you have just more houses in there, it's gonna skew things. That being said, the North Center had very similar results in the video that I did on that this month, which those two neighborhoods are very close together. So I'm just going to kind of give us a shrug emoji for now and keep monitoring things, because it's definitely a statistical anomaly. I don't expect this to continue. I definitely don't expect, Lincoln Square and North Center to continue to appreciate 20% month over month every time. But I don't know. It's interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on it. So moving forward on that though, the market time, so the number of days, the median number of days that it takes for a property to go under contract is 6. It was 6 in June, it was 5 in May, and it was 6 last June. So very consistent there. Not a whole lot to speak on there. Very, very competitive. Don't have a whole lot of time to make decisions. If you see a place, you like it, you better get that offer in fast, because remember, we're talking median, right? So half of the places that sold didn't even take that long. So keep that in mind. Months supply is the next stat I like to get into and talk about. So if you've heard my spiel on this before, you know what that is. If not, month supply is basically the number that we use to determine whether this is considered a seller's market, a neutral or balanced market, or a buyer's market. Anything from 0 to 3 is considered a seller's market. 4 to 6 is considered a balanced market, and 7 and up is considered a buyer's market. And the number just means this is the number of months that it would take to for all the houses on the market right now to sell if there were no new listings, basically. So we were at 1.6 in June, 1.7 in May, and 2 last year. So very firm seller's market even still. And a new stat this month that I'm incorporating into these videos is I'm interested to see how we see that it's not really impacting prices in a negative way quite yet, at least not in this market, but I'm curious to see how the interest rate increases and inflation and all this other chaos that we have going on just in the market and the economy and whatnot is going to impact the housing market. And though it's not impacting prices and market time and things like that, we're definitely seeing a whole lot less activity across the board. Fewer new listings and fewer properties going under contract. So properties under contract and new listings both declined by 39% evenly in this neighborhood. There are some neighborhoods, if you see some of my other videos, where it's the opposite, where supply increase, demand decrease, and vice versa, et cetera. But in this market, they both declined a lot. There's just a lot less going on, but they declined at the exact within decimal points of each other. It's kind of crazy. So that's why, you're not seeing any downward pressure on prices or upward pressure on market time or anything like that quite yet. So, okay, that's all I have on this one. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, if you are considering being a buyer or a seller in Lincoln Square or anywhere in that area or anywhere in Chicago, really for that matter, Chicagoland, really for that matter, reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let's dig into the nitty-gritties and see what we can strategize and come up with that would make sense for you and your specific, unique situation. That's all I have for now. Thank you for paying attention and listening, and hope to see you again next time.